Hello, this is the presentation of our research regarding game-based information, security, privacy, education and awareness, theory and practice. My name as presenter is Stylianos Karagiannis, and for this paper the following authors have been contributed: Thanos Papaioannou, Emmanouil Magkos and Aggeliki Tsohou. Our affiliation is the Department of Informatics. Me and Thanos are currently PhD candidates there. Our affiliations are also on Beyond Vision and for Thanos at PDMFC, as we both work as researchers in the topic of security and privacy. To begin with, our research both for me and Thanos is on education, training and awareness programs regarding security and privacy. We have been analyzing the learning theories that the core components could affect the audience when conducting an exercise. More specifically, we focus on the learning theory of constructivism and more specific, based on social constructivism, meaning that we consider the social interactions as a very important factor on the topics of security and privacy. For proceeding to this research, we firstly analyzed the theoretical basis which must be considered when deploying game-based or gamification approaches. We assessed state-of-the-art tools and methods that could be used for the implementation, as well as existing approaches related to game-based learning and gamification that relate to security and privacy. We constructed a compilation and an extension of a framework for extracting the key components, the characteristics, and we classified the existing or future approaches on 5 large groups. The existing approaches include major differences, and therefore we classified the approaches on the following approaches: serious games, secondly, CTF platforms and cyber ranges, escape rooms, puzzle and interactive books, and finally, alternate reality games. We investigated such approaches since we find that organizations usually cannot afford large-scale programs for providing security and privacy awareness. This issue is not restricted only to the cost, but also to the flexibility and the engagement levels that such programs could provide to the audience. Finally, we assume that the social interaction between the subjects and the total feeling that the audience will get is the key factor for achieving better results. For constructing the design principles which we'll have to consider, we classified the characteristics as the following. The design features. This group includes design elements which must be considered. We consider that content must be presented according to the audience experience and enforced to the implementation. We are expecting that there are subjective factors that each of the participants will differently retain and will perceive differently. The game mechanics have been on our focus, since we want to enforce specific characteristics that enhance social interaction. Finally, we want to include on the design that the expected outcomes must be considered before and then recursively update them with the results. All the above information can be used for selecting which characteristics we want to enforce and be clear to us which elements will embed these aspects. Following our research, we classified the existing approaches that relate to security and privacy. The following approaches have been classified as distinct ways for implementations. For example, we can use CTF platforms or capture the flag platforms, challenges, and cyber ranges to engage our participants in realistic exercises. Some examples include Facebook CTF or CTFD as CTF platforms for hosting challenges, Hack the Box for training on offensive security, and other similar approaches. These approaches are not directly address security and privacy awareness, and we aspire to use or revise such approaches on that perspective. Secondly, Serious games and computer games in general can be used. Examples of computer games that have been used include Hacknet, Uplink, or Night Team 4. We also tested CyberSiege and have been seen Cfinx and CyberProtect among others. Such games could include only terminology or provide literacy regarding security or privacy. However, some of them include educational content and totally engage the participants on realistic concepts. We classified tabletop games such as card games or other used media such as Elevation of Privilege from Threat Modeling and Stride methodology from Microsoft, OWASP Cornucopia, or the upcoming Clinton Go for privacy modeling. We also included on this section approaches such as Exit and other games that are not directly included technical concepts but could be used for general public. Another group included the alternate reality games that have been used in the past for marketing campaigns, official workforce recruitment, or anonymous groups for engaging public to a hidden or mysterious storyline. The elements of our alternate reality games are also used or embedded inside computer games, which give us an idea that all the groups we created are possible to be combined. The fifth group includes puzzle and interactive books, meaning that the context is embedded and included in a book or a box. This group is like the tabletops and similar. However, this group of games could include approaches that are focused on larger educational content and more constructed ways for presenting a storyline. This group could include games that are also single-player and enhance the attributes of self-directed learning. Finally, the sixth group is related to escape rooms. We want to mention that escape rooms can integrate and embed all the above approaches, and it is a playground that enhances social interactions. In conclusion, we classified the above groups, and through 1 year of investigation, we are confident that we have tested most of the above approaches, extracting the benefits and drawbacks from each of the approaches. Our goal is to use the created framework for designing or revising approaches to use them for enhancing security and privacy awareness. Thank you very much. I will be happy to answer any of your questions, or if you are interested in our research, you can send us an email.